Hello everyone, welcome back to Pharma E-Class. I am Priya Maurya from Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. In our previous lecture, we have discussed about the concept of quality management system, what is ISO, objectives and advantages of ISO application, principle of quality management system. So these all we have covered up in our previous lecture. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss about specifically ISO 9000 series. As we already know that the ISO 9000 family of quality management system is a set of standards that helps any organization to ensure that they meet the customers or consumers and other stakeholder needs within this statutory or regulated requirement related to a product or services. ISO 9000 is applicable to all type of organization in manufacturing or services related sectors. So the guidance standards and conformance standards, these two are the main parts of any ISO 9000 series. If we divide in a broad way, the ISO 9000 series is composed of basically primarily 5 documents, and that 5 documents further divided into 2 common subtypes, that are guidance standards and conformance standards. We have already discussed in our previous lecture what is guidance standard and what is conformance standards. So first you have to understand that the use of numbers does not indicate like 9000, 9001, 9002, 3. So the use of number does not indicate the different degree of excellence. This is that means we have to know that the ISO 9000 certificate is not better than ISO 9002, which in turn not better to ISO 9003. That means the number does not indicate the quality of the certification. These are the system requirement for the specific application to the ISO. Here you have to pay attention that ISO 9000-1, that means if we talk about ISO 9000-1 and ISO 9001, these both are two different terms. Like if we talk about ISO 9000-1, these series are the guidance standards, and ISO 9001, this type of ISO 9001 are the conformance standard, that is for certification purpose. So always remember these both are not the same. So if we talk about ISO 9000-1, so ISO 9000-1 is the quality management and quality assurance guidance for the selection and its use. So ISO 9000-1 basically a guidance document. So it provides the guidance for the selection and further use of the ISO 9000 family for the international standards on the quality management and quality assurance. If we talk about ISO 9001, 9002, that mean for the quality management and quality assurance in design, development, production, installation and servicing. So if we talk about ISO 9001 and 9002, so basically if we specifically talk about ISO 9002 model, so ISO 9002 is selected by most of the pharmaceutical firms which produce dosage forms for directly marketing. Whereas if we talk about ISO 9001, so ISO 9001 is meant for the pharmaceutical firms which design and develop the dosage form as per the customer requirements. So contract research organization also follow this model, that means ISO 9001 model. It provides a number of requirements which an organization need to fulfill. It is to achieve the customer satisfaction, non-conformity by preventing at all stages from the design, through the servicing and for further certification. So basic difference in 9001 and 9002, hope you understand. After this, ISO series 9003. So this particular ISO 9003 is the quality systems or quality assurance in the final inspection and test only. So if we talk about laboratory certification, so specifically ISO 9003 meant for the final inspection and for test purpose. This model is selected by the institution engaging the analytical testing of drug or dosage forms. This about ISO 9000. For the above three, that is ISO 9001, 9002 and 9003, implementation is verified by the third party auditors and may grant certification. After the audit will successfully completed, then only you will get the certification by the ISO. Apart from that, if we talk about ISO 9004, as we previously discussed, ISO 9000 and ISO 9004 are the guidance documents. So in ISO 9004, the guidelines for the application of ISO 9001 to the development, supply and maintenance of software is provided. So ISO 9000 is basically 9004 is basically divided into 6 subparts, in which 9004.1 provides the guidelines for the application of ISO 9001 to the development, supply and maintenance of the software. If we talk about now 9004.2, so 9004.2 provides the guidelines for the services. 9004.3 provides guidelines for the processed materials. 9004.4 provides guidelines for the quality improvement. 9004.5 provides guidelines for the quality plan. 9004.6 provides guidelines for the configuring management or configuration management. So this is about ISO 9004.1 to 4.6. So what are the various steps which we have to incorporate whenever we going for the ISO certification? The original series of the standard ISO 9000, 9001, 2, 3, 4, these 5 were first issued in 1987. Subsequent revisions are always listed with this standard time to time. It was the intent of ISO to review the standards in every 5 years. The previous number of ISO 9000 family from 9000 to 9004. So if we talk about 9001, 2, 3, these 3 have been integrated into one. Nowadays 9001, 9002 and 9003 have been integrated into only one part, that is ISO 9001. At present, all the registration in regarding 9001, 9002 and 9003, both 3 are compiled in this particular series, that is ISO 9000. So recently ISO guideline worldwide जो कि आजकल यूज हो रही है, that are ISO 9000 2005 which is guidance document, ISO 9004 2009, this is also a guidance document, and all the certification procedures are involved in ISO 9001 2008 series. Apart from that, you have seen here 19011 is to 2011 is a set out guidance on the internal and external audits of the quality management system. That means this provide the guidance for the audit. Apart from that, if we talk about what are the various steps involved in any ISO certification, so here it will enlist that particular steps. So first one is get the top management commitment. In this particular, top management considers ISO 9000 certification. Accordingly, quality steering committee meet to the evaluate process. Committee informs top management of ISO 9000 the cost and schedule of ISO 9000 meetings. Top management committees to pursue the ISO 9000 registration. This comes under top management commitment. If we talk about the second one, that is train personnel or training of personnel. So here we have to hold basic quality and ISO 9000 training for all the employees worked within an organization. Select and train the personnel to be internal auditors. That means the employees of that particular company will act as a internal auditors. If we talk about third one, that is quality management policy. So for any organization, they have to prepare their own quality manual policy. So here they have to study and understand the ISO requirements as they apply for that particular company. They have to write or rewrite the company vision and mission statement. They have to write basic quality policy manual outline, complete the first data of quality policy manual, and send this copy of manual to the customer desiring the ISO 9000 compliance. So these all about the quality manual policy. The fourth one is operating procedures. That means whichever product is manufactured at that particular site, so you have to prepare operating process or operating procedure for that particular procedure. So we have to define the responsibilities using the quality manual as a guide, have those responsible for the functions outline their procedures, interview the managers and fine-tune procedures, and compare the operating procedure with the quality management for the consistency of the product. So this comes under operating procedures. If we talk about the next one, that is hold internal audits. That means internal audit, as I have previously told, that the internal auditors are the employee of that company itself. So hold internal audit of ISO manual versus ISO 9000 compliance. That means what are the various requirements of ISO 9000 have fully fulfilled by your company or not. Apart from that, you have to implement the corrective actions items for that particular audit. So these are the outcomes of any internal audit. Apart from that, if we have to perform any ISO audit, so we have to select the registrar for that particular audit. So we have to research registrar. We have to research on the registrar and their cost, quality possible registrars we have to select, and we have to also select a third party registrar. So this is all about selection of the registrar. Apart from that, we have to undergo or go through the registration process. So in this particular, we have to apply for the registration for audits, agree to the audit process, etc. with the registrar. We have to talk with the registrar. We have to hold the pre-assessment audit, take any needed corrective action, have ISO registration audit with the particular pre-decided registrar, take any needed corrective action which have suggested by the registrar. We have to re-audit again if needed, and we have to take any needed corrective action if we go for again re-audit. So apart from that, the last one, if we pass all these particular processes, that the last one is obtainment or obtain the ISO 9000 certification. This verifies that you operate your business in compliance to the ISO 9000 requirements. That means when registrar verifies all these, then only you will get the ISO certification. So this all about the ISO 9000 series. In next lecture, we will discuss the important elementaries or elements of any ISO 9000 series standards. Thank you.